Hey, good morning, everybody. It's April 15th. It's early Wednesday morning. So I was looking at some of the YouTube videos that were talking about sex trafficking, human trafficking, organ trafficking. And a lot of the people who have been arrested or have been doing it and getting away with it are women. I know you guys already know this, but a lot of times people teach their children to be afraid of men, like, stay out of dark alleys and don't go with strangers. But even if you don't like specify which sex, a lot of times children are naturally just conditioned to be more alert and suspicious of strange men and not necessarily women. So if you're walking down the street and let's say there's a van with a woman standing outside of the van, a lot of times kids won't feel afraid and they won't like move away from that van when it's these women who are out here snatching people up or being the first person to reel in the kid and then the man jumps out and snatches the kid. A lot of women, my best friend was telling me that she saw a story about a woman who just rolled up on this one woman asking her if she smokes and all this kind of thing. And then some man jumped out of the car and tried to snatch her. And my friend was telling me how that was weird that the woman was asking her if she smokes. I was like, they probably wanted her organs. They want to know if she smokes. And they use women because, just like, we said, a lot of times you don't suspect the woman. I was just seeing on I think it was CBS News because a lot of people don't want to believe this stuff unless it's coming from MSNBC, Fox, or CBS. Anybody else say it and it's a conspiracy theory and it's that y'all reaching. So for those of you who need to hear it from Fox, CBS, or MSNBC, I think it was CBS that showed a woman getting arrested coming out of a La Quinta hotel, and she was involved, at least according to them. You never know those stories, but she was involved in human trafficking. And yeah, they're black, they're white, they're purple. A lot of these women are involved in it. So make sure your kids are just as afraid of these women as they are of men. And I remember when I was a little girl, I was walking to school by myself, and that was normal when we were little. I was walking to school by myself, and a van rolled up on me, and a lady, I still remember, I was little, but I remember they didn't sound American to me. They were white, and if I had to guess, I remember thinking they were like Russian or something. And I knew a Russian accent because of movies and things like that. So they sounded Russian. So they were from somewhere over there in Eastern Europe. And the lady asked me, do I know where the school is? She knew I was going to school. So I was telling her where the school was. And she asked me, do I want to ride? And I said, no, thank you. And she said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I don't want to ride. And she said, I'm going to be a teacher there. I'm going to teach at the school. And the only reason I didn't get in that van was because the driver was a man and he wouldn't look at me. And for some reason, my parents always taught me not to trust people who won't give you eye contact. Never trust people who won't look you in your eye. And that saved me, but at the same time, what if it had been a woman driver who was looking at me smiling or something? I was very shy, so I probably maybe wouldn't have gotten in the van, but I don't know. Maybe I would have because I wasn't afraid of her. I was afraid of him, and he wouldn't look at me. He looked straight ahead, and even though I was young, I knew it was strange that he wouldn't look at me. But she lied and told me she was going to be a teacher at my school. And when I said, and it was a well lit street, by the way, houses everywhere, probably people looking out their windows. But she definitely tried to get me in that van, and I wasn't afraid. I didn't think anything except the fact that I was afraid of that man. And it took a while to process what had happened. I can't remember how long it took, but it took a while for me to put it all together that if I would have gotten in that van, that would have been it for me. So, again, a lot of these women are involved in this kind of nonsense that's going on, you know. So make sure your kids are just as afraid, or, well, I shouldn't use the word fear, but they're just as non trusting of strange women as they are of strange men. But that's all. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Wow, this video is long. You know I hate long videos, but thank you for listening.